Hey guys, if you're thinking about buying a home but worried about the cost, listen up. I bought my first home when I was just 21 years old with no money out of pocket, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that too, even in today's market. Hey, I'm Jessica Gatewood, and I am a local real estate broker here in Southwest Florida. I've been licensed since 2009, born and raised right here in Southwest Florida, so I love just filling you in on all things real estate and what it's like moving to, living in, and buying homes in the area. If you are thinking about buying in the area, you can download my buyer's guide in the description below. And I also have a relocation roadmap that is available in that description also. These are free downloads. Just click the link below. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I bought my first house in 2009. This is a completely different market than we're in today, especially in Southwest Florida. We had a ton of foreclosures on the market. So a little bit different scenario here, but there are still ways to buy your home with no money out of pocket and start building your wealth. Right now, one of the best ways to get into a home with little to no upfront costs is going to be new construction. Builders are offering huge incentives right now. They're willing to pay all of your closing costs, buy down your interest rate to get buyers into their homes. So that means less cash upfront and a lower monthly payment. That's a win-win. On top of that, there are first-time home buyer grants. That's what I used to buy my first home back in 2009. I got a $7,000 grant from the government, and I didn't have to pay it back as long as I stayed in the house for 7 years. And if I sold the house before the 7-year mark, then I just had to pay it back out of my closing proceeds. So it was essentially free money. I ended up staying in that house for 10 years, so I didn't have to pay it back. That's great. Point is, do not leave free money on the table. There are so many programs, you don't want to rule yourself out without at least checking into them. So how did I get from my first home at 21, which was a $50,000 home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, not my dream home by any means, it was pretty ugly, into now my dream home on 6.5 acres that cost over $1 million. And I never came out of pocket on any of my home purchases. So here's how you do that. So you buy that first home, you live in it for at least 2 years. I say that because if you sell it before 2 years, then you have to pay capital gains on any of the profit that you make. So it's just smart to stay in it for at least 2 years. Obviously, the market may require you to stay in it for longer than that. You just got to stay on top of things and watch what your equity is doing. Of course, make some smart upgrades along the way. Sometimes it's beneficial to use an equity line to make some upgrades. This is all conversations that you should be having with a realtor or a mortgage broker. So then you take the equity that you built in that home and move on to something a little bit bigger, maybe in a little bit better of a neighborhood. I recommend buying something that needs some upgrades that, might not be the prettiest house on the block, but has potential. This is how you make the money and how you build the equity, by buying the ugly house. Again, stay there for at least 2 years or as long as the market dictates, but at least 2 years. Again, same criteria. There's a little bit better neighborhood, a little bit better house, still the ugliest one on the block or the ugliest one that needs the most upgrades inside, and then rinse and repeat. Stay there for 2 years, and get to where you finally can buy your dream home by just rolling the equity from each home into the next one, never coming out of pocket. That's amazing. This is exactly how you can use real estate, which, we all need a house to live in, to build your generational wealth. If you want to know more about how this can work for you, let's chat. Drop me a comment, call me, text me, email me, and don't forget that you can download my home buyer's guide in the description below, and also the relocation roadmap if you are thinking about making Fort Myers or Southwest Florida your new home. That's a great place to start. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other videos. You can check out the rest of my channel to see some of these great new construction communities that might be the perfect fit for your first home. All right, I'll see you next time.